This isn't about war. This is about a banned brain hack that lets ordinary people outsmart billionaires, politicians, and even trained strategists without them realizing they're playing your game. Imagine walking into a room and knowing the outcome before anyone says a word. Not because you're lucky, not because you are re-psychic, but because your brain has been rewired to see the hidden patterns of power. That's what I'm about to show you. But warning, once you see this, you can't unsee it. Part 1. Why the world runs on predictable people. When we hear strategy, we imagine generals mapping wars or CEOs running billion-dollar companies. But here's the truth. Every single one of them is still human. And humans, they run on patterns. Systems train people to think in one way. Schools train you to memorize, not strategize. Jobs train you to follow processes, not question them. Even leaders play inside systems with rules. That's their weakness. If you know the rules someone follows, you can predict their moves. And if you can predict their moves, you can beat them without ever being stronger, richer, or more experienced. Part 2. Why you're already in a war. You might be thinking, I'm not a general, I'm not in combat. Why does this matter? Here's the truth. You are in a war every single day. Negotiating with a boss who undervalues you. Arguing with a partner where emotions blur logic. Competing for an opportunity when others seem more qualified. Life is full of silent battlefields. Most people react in real time. They get emotional, they guess, they stumble. That's why they lose. But if you learn the banned brain hack, you flip the script. Instead of reacting, you start engineering the future. Part 3. The banned brain hack. Layer thinking. This mental weapon is called layer thinking. It has 3 levels. Layer 1. The surface. This is what everyone sees. The words, the actions, the obvious. Example. A coworker says, I don't think this project will work. Most people stop here. Layer 2, the hidden motive. What's underneath? Maybe that coworker is jealous. Maybe they want the project to fail so they can rise instead. At this layer, you ask, why are they really saying this? Layer 3, the engineered future. Here's the dangerous part. You stop reacting and start shaping what happens next. If your coworker wants your project to fail, you can make them part of the success so they're trapped supporting you. Or, you quietly expose their sabotage without a word. Either way you win. Most people never reach this layer. That's why they stay predictable. Part 4. Why this outsmarts military strategy. Military minds are brilliant at layer 1 and 2. They see the surface. They analyze motives. But outside the battlefield, they're tied to systems, rules, hierarchies, playbooks. You're not. You can be flexible, invisible, and completely unpredictable. That's what makes this brain hack bandit levels the field between ordinary people and the most powerful minds. Part 5. How to use it in real life. Here's how you start practicing layer thinking right now. Pause before reacting. Don't reply immediately. Ever, the silence buys you control. Ask why twice. First, why for the surface. Second, why for the hidden motive. Think 3 moves ahead. What happens if you accept, reject, or ignore? Plan all 3 outcomes. Stay invisible. Never reveal how far ahead you're thinking. Let people believe you're just quick-witted or lucky. This is how you stop being a piece on the board and start being the person setting it up. Part 6. The war room mind. Think of your brain as a war room. Ordinary people put out fires reacting, panicking, scrambling. A war room doesn't react. It maps every scenario before the first move is made. That's how you win before the game even starts. In negotiations, you already know what to say if they agree, hesitate, or fight back. In arguments, you already know when to push, when to pause, and when silence forces them to overplay their hand. In life, you're always 3 steps ahead while others are still stuck reacting. The key, you don't think about the present, you think about the engineered future. Part 7. Why systems fear this knowledge. This brain hack isn't illegal, but it's treated like forbidden knowledge. Why? Because once ordinary people start thinking like this, they're hard to control. Systems thrive on predictable people. Schools want obedient students, not tacticians. Workplaces want process followers, not competitors. Leaders want loyal voters, not independent strategists. Layer thinking breaks that cycle. It makes you unpredictable. It makes you powerful, and it makes the powerful very uncomfortable. Part 8. The invisible advantage. Here's the strangest shift you'll notice when you start using this. People won't be able to predict you, but you'll predict them effortlessly. You'll become harder to manipulate, and better at quietly influencing outcomes. While others are fighting over what just happened, you're already pulling strings on what happens next. That's why they call it dangerous. That's why it's banned. Final words. Good things don't come to those who wait. Good things come to those who can see 3 layers deep and shape the game in silence. Most people live reacting to moves they don't even realize are being played on them, but not you. From now on, you're not a pawn, you're the player designing the board. And once you see the world through this banned brain hack, you'll never look at life the same way again. What to do now? If you found this dangerous brain hack valuable, subscribe now, because this channel isn't here to give you comfort. It's here to arm you with the tools the powerful Don T wants you to have. And in the next video I'm going to reveal another banned tactic that makes influence almost unfair.